Hey guys, today we'll be making an adorable Ruffle Scrunch Fall Deco Mesh Wreath. What you will need, I have this adorable sign for the center, a 14-inch wreath ring, Chanel stems, 6-inch deco mesh, scissors or a rotary cutter, and a hot glue gun. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so there are many methods you can use to make a ruffle wreath. I will place links in the description box down below of the different ways I have done this wreath. But the method I'm going to use today is making all of my bundles first and then adding them to my wreath ring. So I have cut my mesh into 8-inch long pieces. And I'm going to take my first color, lie it flat, my second color, and I'm going to overlap them halfway. And also I'm alternating, so the yellow's on the left, green on the right, white on the left, and then orange on the right. I'm using 4 pieces of mesh for each bundle. You can use more and less. I've used 3 before, I've used 6, so it's whatever you prefer. So once you have all of your mesh in place, you're going to scrunch, 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 scrunch in the center and hold it nice and tight. And I've cut my stems into thirds. So I'm going to take a third of a stem and twist it around the center of my bundle a couple of times, just like that. I'm going to make all of the bundles before I start placing it on my ring. And with each bundle, I want to alternate the color order, just because I feel like it makes it more fun, colorful, and whimsical. So I'm going to start with orange on the bottom this time, and then green, again, overlapping them halfway and alternating each side, and then yellow. I feel like putting them in different orders gives a completely different look to each bundle, which I really like. As you can see, there are 2 bundles. They look completely different. So again, I'm going to get all of my bundles made, alternating the color order as I go along. Alright, I'm going to continue making my bundles and then we'll start adding them to our wreath ring. So again, I have 4 pieces of mesh in each bundle, and I'm going to place 3 bundles in each of my 6 sections. So what I'm going to do is, with the 14-inch wreath ring, I prefer to go outer, inner, outer. You can definitely keep them on the center too. I've done that method before as well. Or you can go with the outer 2, inner 2, outer 2, inner 2. Whatever you prefer. If you're going to go around 2 rings, just make sure you keep in mind the length of your stems. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just place my stem and twist it a couple of times and tuck it away. Then the next bundle is going to go on the inner ring and twist, twist, twist and tuck away. And the last one will go back to the outer ring. So as you can see, I'm alternating inner, outer, inner, outer. And I'm going to do this all the way around my wreath. If you want a thicker, poofier, fluffier wreath, then add more bundles to each section. If you want a smaller wreath, then add fewer bundles to each section. Whatever you prefer. Even if you want to kind of get your bundles placed and then decide later if you want to add more bundles, you can do that as well. You can add as many bundles as you'd like, whatever time you'd like. So outer, inner, outer. The next is going to be inner, outer, inner, and just continue alternating all the way around my wreath. This is what it's looking like so far. Once I get all of my bundles placed, I'm going to separate the layers and fluff it up a little bit more. But for now, let's just continue going. Now I'm just going to go around and kind of flare out and separate each layer, just so I make sure it's nice and fluffy. So you could even finish up the wreath here. I do this a lot, so that makes a really cute wreath by itself. You could finish it up here. This wreath looks so cute and adorable already, but I'm going to add this final finishing touch of this adorable little sign to the center. But again, this makes an adorable wreath by itself, so you can definitely leave it just like this. I'm going to flip my sign over. I'm going to take one stem for the top, since it's not as wide across, and two stems, twist them together to form one long stem for the bottom. And then I'm going to hot glue it in place. And I just like to make sure I have enough stem hanging off the side so I can easily attach it to my wreath. Okay, so I have my wreath here. I like to kind of push the mesh outward so that the sign doesn't cover too much of it. Snugly place my sign in the center. And then I'm going to push the mesh aside, find the actual wreath ring, and attach my stem to the wreath ring a couple of times, just to make sure it's nice and secure. And then tuck away the stem. And then replace my mesh. And I'm going to repeat this step for all 4 stems. Alright, and then I'm just doing some last minute touches, flaring up my mesh, making sure I fill any gaps or spaces. It looks so cute and precious and fall-like. You can definitely add in more embellishments if you choose to do so. More mesh, ribbon, leaves, acorns, anything you'd like. Or you can leave the sign off and just have the mesh. Possibilities are endless. Just have fun with it and make it your own. But it's so cute, simple, and easy to make.